I'm Ruth Ann Funck.
And I'm Ray Funck.
And we're owners of Funck's Family Restaurants and Mini Markets. What's special about coming to Funck's is that we have home cooking and friendly atmosphere. We've been in the community with restaurants since 1969 and have known families through generations. Representatives of American Management actually contacted us and came out to see us and explained what the company was about, and at that point we were looking to get ready to retire, and we knew that, you know, even though we had profits, we knew that it could be more profitable than it was. We were looking for techniques and things to pass along to our sons who would be managing and running the restaurants.
We needed to transition to give more responsibilities and more new tools to the boys to go ahead and be more on their own, and for us to back out more and help us to start making that transition more than what we were doing before.
We sat down and talked to them. We felt comfortable in allowing them to look at the books and give us information, and which they did, and showed us ways that we could improve the profit.
Years ago we did the management with another company which wasn't successful at all, and we talked with American Management and we sat down and talked with them that what they could do and everything, and they gave us some sources that we could check with other companies that they did work for, and checking with the other sources of the other companies that they worked for. They did a real good job, and the people were really pleased, and that's one of the reasons that made us to want to try it again, even though we had a bad experience before.
American Management Services, the representative that we worked with, was a great person. It was a good fit for us, but they certainly weren't like, oh, you're doing great. They came in and they said, hey, you know, this is what you need to be doing. They provided plate costing tools, like an 8-week forecasting tool. We really were pretty lax as far as having meetings among the 5 of us, which is our 3 sons and Ray and myself. We had random meetings, but they impressed upon us how important it was to have meetings weekly and organized meetings. How to do the labor cost, food costing, gave computerized tools for that. Gave some job descriptions and pointed out we actually made up an employee manual during the time that they were here, so that we have a service manual and an employee manual. During the initial survey process, there were some hard things that to hear. One of the things that and some of the things we did know, you know, but pointing it out to us in black and white made it more real to us and more brought it to our attention more. One of the things is we never really drew a large salary for ourselves. We kind of put everything back into the business, and they impressed upon us how important it was that we do draw a salary for ourselves. And another thing was like looking at the income or how much a customer spends at the convenience store locations, like when they come in, you know, and I guess I had never really looked at it in that dollar and cents per person. I mean, you look at overall income, but then how do you look? What do you do to raise that per person spending? And what a difference it can make, even if they spend an extra 10 cents each time they're in, what that means to the bottom line, because your basic overall costs have been met.
With the economy being down, I know a lot of businesses that are down. American Management, in one way that they helped us was the bidding process, where they got us more competitive as far as pricing.
As I said, we had profit prior to that, but they've increased our profits, and our profits have been growing even during this downtime when I know a lot of companies are actually, if not going out of business, not having the profits that they need to have, and we're actually increasing our profits. Our percentage of growth for the second quarter was in profit was up about 12% over what we were last year the same time, and over our budgeted amounts. So we're pleased with what they've done for us. The transition from Ray and myself being the main persons in the business to our three sons actually taking over management is progressing well. There's still a little bit to go, but American Management Services has certainly been a big part in, again, providing the tools for them, computerized tools for them to use to be able to do that job better, and to make us feel more comfortable and them feel more comfortable in their assuming those responsibilities. We've cut back to where we're not in every day. We come in once in a while, but if we feel like going away, we can do that, which is really great.
I wish that the business could continue and they'll be successful at it, so they can provide for their families the same as we provided for our family, and that there's a lot of opportunity out there, and American Management help us to accomplish that.
I'm Matthew Funck. I work for Funck's Family Restaurant and Funck's Convenience Stores. I'm in business with my parents, Ray and Ruth Ann Funck, and also two of my brothers, Gary and Alan Funck. American Management came in and gave us the tools that are necessary to step into the future and run the business not only just on a day-to-day basis, but on a where are we going to be at a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years to now, and gave us some focus and some goals on where we want to go and where we're heading as a company. It's controlling the cost, controlling what you're selling the items for, and I mean, and those are the tools and the things that American Management really came in and drove home. That are you reaching those goals? Are you getting the profits out of it that you should? And I mean, with their help, the last year, we have been. I mean, we've had an increase in sales, and I mean, I can't speak highly enough of what American Management did for our business. Now, instead of using 5 or 6 vendors, we're down to 2 vendors, and on a almost daily basis, we're checking prices against those 2 vendors to making sure we're purchasing at the best price that we can, and then also on a regular basis, we're going through our menu costs and making sure that we're still in line with what we're purchasing and what we're putting on the plate. And that we're getting the prices and the margins that we should be. Reaching your maximum profits, I mean, it opens up so many other opportunities for you. And I mean, as far as having that cash flow available, as far as stresses in the day-to-day operations of the business, of you're not worried, are we going to have a good week and be able to make that upcoming payroll? I would highly recommend anybody to use American Management Services, and I'm thankful that they came, they worked with us, and I would actually, if the opportunity would arise that we would need them, I would absolutely work with them again in the future.